Hi friends, I hope that you are doing well. Welcome back to Python Programming with Akash. In today's video, we will see how to go about writing a program for generating a series of numbers which are 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 4 up to n terms and print its sum. We will be making use of the for loop, the range function and the print function. We already know about writing a program to generate the sum of first 10 natural numbers. You can find the links to the individual topic videos and to the program that are referred to above in the description box of this video. Like the way we used the variable sum in that program along with the range function and the for loop, the same way we will use it in this program as well. The range function, we all know that it is used to generate a sequence of integers. In the program that I was referring to, we had used the range function to generate the sequence of first 10 natural numbers. Here in this program, the numerator remains the same for all the terms and only the denominator changes. Thus, we will generate the denominators by using the range function in this case and use them to create the actual terms. Then these terms will be added to the sum variable inside the for loop. So let's see how this is implemented in the program. First, we will ask the user to enter the number of terms and accept it in a variable n. Now, to generate n terms, we need the for loop to run a total number of n times. So we need to generate a total of n numbers through the range function. This can be done by using the arguments 1 and n plus 1. This will generate a list of integers from 1 to n. But these are not the actual terms of the series. The actual terms are 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 4, so on and so forth. Until now we have the numbers 1 to n generated, but the terms we need are 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 4, etc. So for the first time when the loop runs, 1 will be assigned to the loop variable I, but we need to generate the term 1 by 2. How can we do that? Simply by calculating the value of 1 divided by I plus 1. Next time the loop runs, I will have a value of 2 and 1 divided by I plus 1 would make 1 divided by 3, which would be the second term of the series. So, if we assign a value of 1 divided by I plus 1 to any variable, then that would be the actual term of the series. Let's call that variable term here in this program. The value would be calculated as per the formula and stored in the variable term. But this would be a floating point value as the calculation would result into a fractional value which would be represented by a real number. So, to print the slash sign between the numerator 1 and the denominator in the term of the series, we will have to print the numerator and slash as a string by putting them in quotes. Then the value of I plus 1 has to be calculated and displayed as it is. So we need to put this as it is in the print statement. We don't want any space to appear between these, so we will change the separator value to no space. Then to calculate the sum, we will take a variable sum and initialize it to 0 outside the loop. Then in the loop, we will add the value of sum and term and assign it to the variable sum. Now to display the value of the final sum, we are using the print statement outside the loop. Just to format a bit, before the terms start to print, we are using this print statement before the loop begins. Now let's see how the program progresses for each iteration. At the top left, we have the actual program, but instead of taking a user input for the number of terms, I have hard-coded the value to 5 here, assuming this to be the value provided by the user. This is just for the sake of showing you the working of the program. The user can input any value and the program will still work correctly. Just below that, we are keeping a track of how the program is progressing through each iteration. On the right, in a table, we are keeping a tab of the values of loop variable I and the variables term and sum at each iteration of the loop. At the extreme right, we will keep a note of the output. Let's start now. At the start, n has a value of 5 and sum has a value of 0. The third line of the program, the print statement, prints series is as the output. Then the for loop starts. Range function has arguments 1, n plus 1, which means 1, 6, as the value of n is 5. Thus the range function will generate a sequence of integers from 1 to 5, and therefore the for loop will run for 5 times. Now the for loop runs for the first time, and I, the loop variable, is supplied with a value of 1, that is the first value from the sequence. Then the first statement in the loop, term equal to 1 divided by I plus 1, executes, and the value is computed as per the current value of I. Thus, term equal to 1 divided by 1 plus 1 is equal to 1 divided by 2, which equals 0.5. Now the second statement inside the loop, the print statement, executes. Python computes the value of I plus 1 used in the print statement, which evaluates to 2, replaces I plus 1 by 2, and prints 1 slash followed by 2 in the same line, as the value of sep argument has been changed to no space now. After that, the third statement inside the for loop executes, which evaluates the value sum plus term and assigns it to the variable sum. Sum is equal to 0 and term equal to 0.5 as of now. So 0 plus 0.5 equal to 0.5 is assigned to the variable sum. At this point of time, the first iteration of the for loop has completed. Now the for loop will run for the second time, where I would have a value of 2, that is the second value provided by the sequence. Then term becomes 1 divided by 2 plus 1, that is 1 divided by 3, which equals 0.333. 1 slash 3 gets printed in the output. Then sum plus term evaluates, which becomes 0.5 plus 0.333, which equals 0.8333, and this value is assigned to the variable sum. Now the loop runs for the third time, where I would have a value of 3. Term becomes 1 divided by 3 plus 1 equal to 1 by 4, which equals 0.25. 1 slash 4 gets printed in the output. Then sum plus term evaluates, which becomes 0.833 plus 0.25, which equals 1.083, and this value is assigned to the variable sum. Now the loop runs for the fourth time, where I would have a value of 4. The variable term becomes 1 divided by 4 plus 1, that equals 1 divided by 5 equal to 0.2. 1 slash 5 gets printed in the output. Then sum plus term evaluates, which becomes 1.083 plus 0.2, which equals 1.283, and this value gets assigned to the variable sum. Then the loop runs for the fifth and the last time, where I would have a value of 5. The value of term becomes 1 divided by 5 plus 1, that is equal to 1 divided by 6, which equals 0.166. 1 slash 6 gets printed in the output. Then sum plus term evaluates, which becomes 1.283 plus 0.166 equal to 1.45, and this value gets assigned to the variable sum. At this time, the for loop has completed all its iterations, as the complete sequence provided by the range function has exhausted. Now the last statement of the program executes, which lies outside the for loop, and prints sum of the series equal to 1.45. Now that we have computed for ourselves what the result should be, let's check in Python. I already have a file open. Let's see. N equal to int input number of terms sum equal to 0, print series is for I in range 1 comma n plus 1, term equal to 1 divided by I plus 1, print 1 slash I plus 1, sep equal to no space, sum equal to sum plus term, print sum of the series equal to sum. Now let me save it and run the program. I am entering it as 5. So this is the output that we had calculated. Now if we don't want the terms to appear as 1 slash 2, 1 slash 3, etc., but their actual real values, then we can make some changes and print the value of the variable term itself. Let's make the changes and run again to see the output. I am saving it and running it now. So here we have the desired output with all the values being represented by their actual real values. We have come to the end of the program now. I hope that whatever I told you in this video did not sound like jargon to you and you were able to understand it with ease. If you have some doubts, do let me know in the comment section of the video. I will get back to you for sure and resolve them as soon as possible. Also, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel. Stay tuned, I will be back with more. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.